I need to tell you why this is important to me. I'd guess it stems from the same compulsion that makes me want to speedrun. My 9-year-old self wanting to wring every drop of blood from the games I loved. I've always been searching for satisfaction. In Deadlock's case, it was playing on Exterminator difficulty from a fresh file, expecting to exhaust 100% of what you could possibly do as a personal mark of mastery before I moved on. Probably forever. Do you know how much it itched at me to find exactly one impossible skill point? 164 out of 165 were doable, with some work, and I stared at one black mark preventing me from satisfaction. I'll quickly explain why. The skill point time will tell requires you to complete the ring race mission at speed trap with more than 10 seconds remaining on the countdown timer. In Exterminator, your initial countdown time and the extra time you gain from rings is too low to add up to 10 seconds. Even with perfect driving, you end up with a bit under 5 seconds left. That is all it is. Nobody at Insomniac is at fault for this. Even I knew that as a kid. I don't think it would have crossed anyone's mind during the crunch of development, and it's more of a miracle that you can get this close to perfect. Still, how unsatisfying, right? There's no grand mystery. It's just an oversight that people found out organically, one by one. You can find a trail of posts online asking about the skill point over the years, mainly GameFAQs and Reddit posts, and a citation on the fandom wiki calling out its impossibility on Exterminator. The amount of people that have come across this in their Exterminator playthroughs naturally must be a pitiful number. A couple hundred? How many of those people still care about it in 2026? Less than 10? Is it only me? Probably. I can say for certain that I am the only one who sits at the intersection of people that care and people that can do anything about it. So this dissatisfaction has sat within me for around 20 years now. That feeling amplified as I began to speedrun this game. I've thought about it more than a few times a year. In 2018 I did an attempt of 164 skill point Exterminator, just because I found the asymmetry of a category that only missed one thing kind of tantalizing, and since then I've always wanted to get around to do it again properly. Maybe it'd tempt another person to be infected with the same virus that made me so insane about this oddity and finally make it perfect. Obviously that is wishful thinking. At that point in time there was no indication it'd ever be doable. Perhaps I was just missing something in plain sight, something simple but revolutionary. I could write that story with countless strats and pieces of tech over the years to the point where it's beyond cliche to admit. For now it wasn't possible, yes, but there is a strangeness about how often in speedrunning the solution has always been in front of us, even when we just couldn't recognize it.
Hey, you know, I can get out the pool for this.
In 2020 that changed, though inadvertently thanks to Skits and this run. He found that the charge boots are faster than pure driving, though you'll notice how jarring the movement is thanks to all the pauses and state cancels. The limitations of the charge boots and charge cancelling in Deadlocked makes it near necessary to cancel your charge with this bug for optimal in-game time results. You'll also note that this pauses the countdown timer. You could do this on Exterminator, and I had attempted to get the skill point soon after. Though at the time I think I was too immature as a player to get more than a paltry second or two better than driving. Far as I was from the 10-second mark, it remained with me that there was something scalable here that could save time, a possibility that was born. As time went on, tech involving the triangle button to cancel the slowdown out of charges became ubiquitous, and this subsequently evolved into a higher skill ceiling for real-time movement. It doesn't supplant state cancelling entirely, but it makes movement more fluid, impressive, closer to what a typical player would appreciate. I began to learn this tech properly while squaring away my RTA individual levels. As I was in the process of doing Speed Trap, the thought crept into my mind again about trying the mission on my finished file, simply to see how close I could get now with authentic movement. The result was around 7 seconds remaining with a terrible, unrouted run. This mission could still bleed. I felt like the possibility from 6 years prior reared its head at me, stared me between the eyes, and there's this little ring of truth you get in your mind when you realize something is truly possible. A certainty, telling me it's finally time. I was sure of it, and now in 2026 I could do it the right way. I can make myself move on from this 20-year dissatisfaction forever. So I made an Exterminator file, went to Meraxis, and ended something that was only ever important to me. Oh my god. That felt better that time. Holy shit.